Hello everyone. Today I'm going to cover the last set of some of the questions from the chapter political parties, and I'll be covering page number 83 to 86. Page number 83 to 86 page numbers I'm going to cover, and all the important questions which are going to come from these pages. Okay, first one, let us understand these three definitions, because it is very important to understand these words, because today the topics what we are going to cover, that is the challenges and measures. So that will revolve around these three words. Defection, what do you understand by defection? Even the question can come for definition also, and it can come for 2 marks. So defection is a changing party alliance from the party on which a person got elected to a different party. So what happens here? Defection is nothing but when the person is elected. Okay, suppose for example the person is MP or MLAs. Then what they used to do, they just shift after, like, when their party is losing or when the party is lost, they join some other party. So defection is nothing but changing party alliance from the party on which the person got elected to a different party. Affidavit is nothing but a signed document. Okay, it is a signed document submitted to an officer where a person makes a statement regarding all the details about their property and all the criminal cases which are pending or, like, which are against them. So they declare self-declaration done by, and it has to be like, if the person is standing for the election, the person has to submit the signed document which will have all the details about his property as well as about the criminal cases which are pending on him or her. Election Commission. This is the very familiar word with you all. You are learning from grade 9th. Election Commission. It is an independent body. Okay, it's an independent body which is consisted for the superintendence, direction and conduct of election. Okay, so they are responsible. The Election Commission is responsible to conduct the election, and all other details, minute details, are done by the Election Commission of India. What are the various challenges faced by political party? If you take out any of the sample paper, or if you take out any of the question paper, previous year's paper, you will see that this question has always come in the exam. So majorly when we talk about the challenges faced by political party, there are majorly 4 challenges which are faced by political party. The question can come, one question, what are the various challenges faced by political party? It can come for 5 marks question. So if the question comes for 5 marks and we have only 4 points, so how they are going to divide? Each point is going to be for 1.25 is equal to 5 marks. Or they can ask you, suppose for example, our first challenge is lack of internal democracy. They will take only how lack of internal democracy is challenged for the political party. Explain. Question can come for 3 marks. The question can come for 5 marks. Okay, so each challenge also can come separately as 5 marks question or 3 marks question. That's the reason this question is very, very important, because the sub points can also come as 3 marks question or 5 marks question. So first is lack of internal democracy. So what is lack of internal democracy, or why it is a challenge? Okay, there is a concentration of power in a few hand or in a party, while rest are powerless and forced to follow the powerful ones. Okay, what happens in the political party? The people who are powerful, always they keep the power in their hand. They don't give the power. Okay, we have a lot of examples, but openly I don't want to give those examples of those party where, like, you have seen, like, the powers are not being given to the other person. The powers has been kept with them only. There is not a there is no register for the members. Okay, no organizational meetings are held. Okay, there is no organizational meeting because they have always kept all the higher position or, like, powerful position with their own people. So they don't keep any register, they don't organize any organizational meeting. So again, it's one of the biggest challenge. There is no internal election. Why internal elections are not happening? Internal elections are not happening because they, like, suppose for example, A person is there. After A, already decided that who will be the next B person who is going to come in the power, who will be the third person who is going to come in the power. So that's the reason there is no internal elections are happening. The top layer who is powerful, okay, what I was telling, the powerful people, okay, in the party itself, the people who are very powerful, they keep all the information with them. They don't give information to all the party members, and they take advantage. Why they take advantage? Because they are powerful. They have, like, you know, their own people who are going to support them, and the other members are unaware and takes the decision. They are unaware, like, you know, what the party decisions, what the party is taking the decision. And fifth, often the personal loyalty is held more important than the loyalty of other person or the ideology. So lack of internal democracy, we have 5 points. It can come for 3 marks, it can come for 5 marks, or it can come overall as a question, what are the various challenges. So we have done with first challenge, that is lack of internal democracy. Second one, dynastic succession. Okay, dynastic succession is nothing but where worker does not raise to the top position in the party because functioning of the most political parties is not transparent. They are not transparent. Okay, they don't give information to the to all the party members. Most of the top leaders favor and choose members of their own families. Dynastic succession, like, you know, after father after father it is a son, after son, son, okay, grandfather, like, you know, grandchildren. So this is how, like, you know, the political party also run. So it is inside the family members only who are going to take the power. The top positions are always controlled by the members of one family. This is unhealthy. Definitely this is unhealthy, because here we are not giving opportunity to other people. People who are not top levels usually do not have the experience. They don't have experience because it is like, you know, they know that after me, who's going to come? Okay, after me, I know that my son is going to take over the charge. After my son, I know that my grandson is going to take over the charge. So here, there is no experience. Like, you know, experienced people are not coming into the position. Non-deserving leaders exercise power and make decisions. Those who disagree with the leadership find it difficult to continue in the party. So these are the challenges which are faced under dynastic succession. Again, it can come for 5 marks. Alone, this point can come for 5 marks. Money and muscle power. We know what is money. Money, where if you have money, you can do anything. Okay, so it's just like that. Muscle power, the power who is having, like, you know, lot of power with them. So how money and muscle power is one of the challenge of political party. So it plays a very, very important role during the election, because money, if you have a lot of money, you can, like, you know, have a shortcuts to win the election. So since party focused only on winning the election, they tend to use shortcuts to win elections. They tend to nominate those candidates who can raise money, okay, who can pull money for the election. Rich people, companies who give funds to the parties tend to have influence on the policies and decisions of the party. Definitely, there are lots and lots of examples. If you take out the newspaper, you read newspaper every day, whatever, like, you know, dynastic succession, or we are talking about lack of internal democracy or money and muscle power, you will have lots and lots of example in front of your eyes. If you understand this topic and then start reading the newspaper, you will start enjoying reading the newspaper, because these all points are covered in everyday newspaper. How money plays an important role, how big companies, they, like, you know, make influence on the decisions of the political party. In some cases, party also support criminal who can win election. Parties do not have meaningful choice to the voters. If I look at the first challenge, second challenge, and my third challenge, you will agree to me that this is one of the biggest challenge what we face today. We don't have meaningful choice. Somewhere, like, you know, we are selecting our leader, whatever the worst we have, from that we are selecting the best one. Okay, so people don't have a meaningful choice. We have a choice. We have to choose the choice, like, you know, from there only we need to pick, and we need to decide who is our leader. There are many political parties in our country which follow some policies and programs. Okay, they follow certain policies. They take from this political party, they take from another political party, they bring one more new party to us. But all these policies are similar to one another. So people are not getting meaningful choice to whom they are going to. So meaningful choice, the voters are not getting, because there are all the programs and policies which are being propagated by the political party. It is one or other way, it is same. Also, many leaders keep on changing the parties. Okay, we get lots of every day we get every second day we get the information that this ex MLA has changed the party to the some other party. B MLA has changed, like, you know, they have changed the alliance. So changing parties, so people do not have much of the leader with them. So meaningful choice is also one of the important challenge to the democracy or the political parties. So understood, there are 4 points. It can come as one question, or it can come as one subtopic question also, 3 or 5 marks. Explain some of the recent efforts taken in our country to reform political parties and leaders. Understand the question. What they are asking? They are asking efforts taken in our country, reform political parties and leaders. So the question is very clear, where they are very specific about what are the steps taken. They are not asking your suggestion. They are asking you which has already been implemented. Okay, which has been implemented, or which is the laws has been passed through the constitution. So understand the question, what they are asking, efforts taken in our country to reform political party. So here you are not going to give any your, like, you know, suggestion. It has to be the same thing what is there in the constitution. The first one is anti-defection law. So we have learned in the first slide, we have learned what is defection. Defection is nothing but when the party, when changing party alliance from the party on which a person got elected to a different party. So what is anti-defection law? It is nothing but where the MLAs and MPs cannot change. Okay, once they lose their seat in the legislative assembly, they cannot change any party. So that is the first reform what they have taken. Second one, it is mandatory now for every candidate to give their details, to give the details in the form of affidavit. So what is affidavit? We have learned about the affidavit. Affidavit is nothing but the document which gives a signed document which will give the entire detail, entire property detail, the cases, criminal cases which are remaining. Okay, so that is called as affidavit. So it is now mandate. Okay, it is the constitution has made mandate the candidates who are standing for election, they have to give the affidavit. Third one, Election Commission has made it mandatory for parties to hold regular election and file income tax. Okay, this is your third point. And fourth one, the recent judgment which has come from the Supreme Court, that is the MPs who are, like, you know, MPs and the MLAs who have sentenced to more than 2 years of imprisonment by the lower court, and those appeal against their convenience pending and is bare, they cannot, like, you know, they will be disqualified. Okay, so this point is not there. This is the recent one which has been come. So you have 3 measures in your textbook. So the first 3, that is your anti-defection law, affidavit, and now the Election Commission has made it mandatory to party to hold regular elections. Okay, so these are the 3 important measures. Question can come for 5 marks. What are the efforts taken in our country to reform political parties, and give any 2 measures. Okay, so when they are going to ask your suggestions, so you can write some other suggestions are: the financial accounts of the party must be audited. This will be decrease the role of private business house donors. State funding of the political party must be done to meet their election expenditure. Okay, here your keywords are, like, you know, to meet the election expenditure. State funding is your this one. Parties must be audited. This is your key point. The accounts must be made available to the public. Very, 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 very important. Okay, public should know where they are spending. Parties must come under the right to inform. The, like, you know, as a voters, we should have the right to be informed what they are doing. So this increase in the transparency has to be there. Common people must be encouraged to give donation to the party, and such citizens must be exempted from the income tax. Okay, so this is again the suggestion. If you want, you can give, or otherwise you can just leave it. Parties must encourage inner party democracy, have a regular election. So one of the biggest challenge, the internal democracy, like, they don't have the internal elections. So elections should be made very promptly, like, it should be regular elections which needs to be done. They must encourage participation of women. So these are the suggestions. Okay, suggestions can be anything. It can be your own suggestion. If you have good suggestions, you can write those suggestions also, because here they are not asking you constitutional reforms. They are asking you suggestions from your end. Suggest effective measures to reform political parties. First, these points are there in your textbook. A law should be made to regulate the internal affairs of political parties. It should be made compulsory for the political parties to maintain a register of its members. Okay, they need to maintain the register where, like, they have to write the member name and all the details. It should be made mandatory for the political parties to give minimum number of tickets, 1/3 to the women candidates. There should be quota for the women in the decision-making bodies of the parties. The government should give parties money to support their election expenses in kind, for example, petrol, paper, phone bill. So these are again your measures. Reforms are 3. Okay, remember, anti-deflection, affidavit, and the third one is election commission. Okay, where they need to give all the details. Then effective measures we have. Okay, these are the measures from our end. Okay, these are the effective measures which needs to be, which are like, which has to be done. So I hope you are clear with all the question answers. Tomorrow we will be meeting with CBSE sample paper, which has been uploaded by CBSE. We are going to do the discussion of the same. And Sunday I'll be not making any video. Sunday is a break for me, children, not for you. You need to learn this chapter day wise, like, revise the small videos I have uploaded. Make sure that you like and subscribe to my channel so that you will get all the details once you subscribe to it. Thank you.